everyone, and welcome to the East Coast of Canada. So we're on a mini vacation. We're on the East Coast visiting family, and so we thought that we would try to see as many provinces as possible. So join us on our mini road trip in Eastern Canada. Our first stop was in the province of Nova Scotia to visit the village of Peggy's Cove, where you'll find Peggy's Point Lighthouse, which is one of the most photographed lighthouses in Canada. The coastal views from here are simply breathtaking, but we had to be careful not to slip on these smooth granite rocks. Peggy's Cove is a small fishing village, but because of the rugged beauty of this place, it is a major tourist attraction and a great way to enjoy the peaceful scenery along the Atlantic coast. The lighthouse was built in 1914 and is almost 49 feet high. There actually used to be a post office on the lower level until 2009, but the lighthouse itself is still in operation. Just down the street is a SwissAir Memiorial site. In 1998, SwissAir Flight 111 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean and all passengers perished. This was a sobering place to visit, but it was also heartwarming to see how this community has commemorated the lives that were lost off these shores. The next day, we decided to visit a new province, Prince Edward Island, which is just 2 hours away from New Brunswick. You can get to PEI via the Confederation Bridge, which is the longest bridge in Canada. It was a rainy day, but that didn't stop us from exploring the capital city of Charlottown. We visited a cathedral that was built in 1896 and is a National Historic Site, then checked out a local gallery on George Street. And we had to take some pics in front of the Anne of Green Gables store, PEI's most famous redhead. We were in PEI on a Sunday, so the downtown market was open for us to check out some handicrafts. Then we walked down to Peaks Wharf for a nice stroll along the waterfront while checking out the many sailboats. Okay. And if you keep walking down the boardwalk, you'll come across PEI's famous Cow's ice cream shop. And you best believe we are excited to try ice cream from a shop that looks like a barn. They even make the cones in the shop. Homemade cones. So was the ice cream good, you ask? Oh yeah, it was. On the way back to New Brunswick, we stopped in the town of Shediac, which is known as the lobster capital of the world. So of course they have a huge lobster statue, and of course we had to climb it and take some pics. The next day was another road trip, and this time we were headed to Hopewell Rocks, which is located on the Bay of Fundy, famous for having the world's highest tides. Admission is about $14 per person, which is valid for 2 consecutive days, so you can visit during low tide one day, then high tide the next day. Once you pay for admission, you can get to the ocean floor in 2 ways. You can take a golf cart, which will take about 5 minutes, or you can do a hike. We chose to take a golf cart. We first got a view of the rocks from the elevated observation deck where you can stay during high tide. This view was amazing and allowed us to see the vastness of the place. It really felt like we were looking at another planet. Hopewell Rocks is an incredible sight to see in New Brunswick. Twice a day at low tide, you can walk the ocean floor and check out the flower pot rocks that have been carved into these shapes by thousands of years of erosion. At high tide, the sea levels can actually rise on average between 32 and 46 feet. They actually have the timetables of when it's high tide or low tide. Oh, I just stepped in some mud. So it's very cool that you can actually walk the ocean floor, and then in a few hours, you can canoe in the water. Be sure to check out the tide schedules online before you visit so that you know when you can walk the ocean floor for that day. Isn't it beautiful, Miss Smith?
Lovely.
Can you imagine that this is all going to be covered up by water? Unfortunately, we didn't get to revisit during high tide, but we'll be sure to return to this site on our next visit. Be sure to bring extra shoes because the ocean floor is muddy. Thankfully, there is a place to hose down the muddy shoes before heading back to the car. Another natural phenomena that you can visit is the tidal bore in Moncton, New Brunswick.
The wave is not going to be 25 feet tall, or 30 feet tall, or 40 feet tall. If it was, do you think I would be standing here right now? No, the wave's going to be about that tall. It's 2 feet, 3 feet. Our highest tidal bores are pushing 6 feet. But as cool as it is, the amount of water that moves in behind the wave is insane.
Located in Bourview Park, you can watch a thick, muddy wave roll into the Petodiac River twice a day, and you may even spot a surfer trying to ride the waves. Our last stop was to the Wharf in Shediac to see if we could buy some fresh lobster from the fishermen. Unfortunately, we arrived too late, but we still enjoyed just strolling along the boardwalk and admiring the ocean view. We stopped at an ice cream shop and then left to find a seafood store to get some lobster for dinner, which is a must when you visit the east coast of Canada. We even bought some to bring back home with us on the flight. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to follow us on all of our travels. Keenan, please move from there.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go up to... Holy, let's go up to the... Ah! Holy smokes. I don't even know what I want to say. Okay. You gonna shake it?
Why does your hat look so big? Because your hair is so... What? It's crazy.
You guys get up so other people can... I'm done.
Oh, jeez, my son.